They have no smell.
None?
Mm-mm. There's like no glue smell. It's super weird.
Good.
Hater. Yo, what's good guys? This is Chris from WearTesters.com. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we're taking a look at these guys right here. This is the Air Jordan 14 Retro SE, also known as the yellow Ferraris. Now these guys right here are just, I mean, these are pretty wild, I gotta say. They're very interesting. I don't love the first version. So this is the second Ferrari version of the Air Jordan 14, which actually is a shoe inspired by the actual Ferrari, a car that MJ once owned. I gotta say, like, this shoe, not this version, but just this shoe in general, the Air Jordan 14 is one of the coolest designs, I think, in the Air Jordan line, just because when you do look at these, like, they legit look like a car in every colorway on top of that. And so it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, man, that was really wicked that Tinker was able to, you know, really, like, he created a sneaker car, dude. It's crazy. So anyways, these guys right here are the second version of the Ferrari Air Jordan 14. The first one was an all red one. They were all suede. They were super crazy. A lot of people loved that shoe. I never picked up a pair. I wasn't a big fan, or I'm still not, but a big fan of this one piece upper on the 14s. One of my favorite things about the Air Jordan 14 is all the layering and the paneling. I like, you know, whether it's the smooth side that you like, right? Mrs. Wing likes that. I like both. I like the smooth one and the ribbed version. I love the toe cap. I love the rear panel. I love all of that stuff. So to see it kind of not deconstructed, but just put in, you know, a one piece, there's only one seam and all that stuff. It's a little jarring to me. It just doesn't look right. This colorway though, this colorway is really dope, I gotta say. And so I'm not like super mad at them or anything like that. And on top of that, they're actually like really nice materials. I gotta give them credit for that. The retail price though is increased. It's 200 bucks for these, not 220. So I guess it's not super bad. It's $10 more and you get all of this nice material. However, again, because of all of the paneling that is not there, it's less work for somebody to go in and stitch. So I guess that's why it's not a super crazy premium price, even though just 200 bucks, like, honestly, I don't know if anybody's gonna grab these. And people barely buy stuff that's 190, you know? And then they don't even grab it when it's all discounted. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But these guys right here have, what color would you call this? It looks like your shirt a little bit. Is it like a mustard yellow? Yeah, so it's kind of a mustard yellow. Not quite dub colorways. Like if you're a Warrior fan, it's a little bit more of like a lighter yellow. A lot of people will like these things. The materials, like I was saying, very nice, but it does have a very weird texture to it. It's a leather, but it's kind of like a, I don't know how to explain it. It feels dry. It feels like it needs some lotion. You know what I'm saying? Like it just has this feeling to it where some of it looks like it will actually get rough, like a suede almost, or maybe like a really fine cut nubuck. But then there's other portions where it legit looks like a regular leather. And so it's just a really weird material. I actually haven't seen something like this before. And I think it's very interesting. Again, I'm just really curious to see what's gonna happen at retail with these. Like, are they gonna sell? Are they gonna sit? I really don't know. The midsole has the carbon fiber treatment, just like the last version did. This is some people's favorite parts of the shoe. This is some people's least favorite parts. I'm kind of indifferent. It looks weird, but it also doesn't look bad. The one thing to note though is that these little pieces are still foam. It's not actual carbon fiber. It's just a, what's that stuff called that people have been doing where they dip a shoe in? Dip
dye?
Is it dip dye? That's the kind, like that's what it looks like to me. It looks like somebody took the shoe, dip dyed it into a carbon fiber graphic, because it's still just EVA foam. The shank itself is not quite chrome, but they tried. I'm actually glad that they didn't do a full-on chrome, because that would have looked very cheesy. But what they did do is they kind of chromed it out a little bit, so it's not super like bling bling. And not like the Chrome Force, but a little bit more subtle than that. You still got the Ferrari Air Jordan kind of emblem right there. Looks great. You got the tire tread pattern and stuff on the rear. Again, looks great. I do wish that that little tab right there was red instead of silver. I think that would have looked cooler, but you know, that's a very small nitpick. You got the little brake lights back there. Always thought that was a dope touch. Air scoop for ventilation, and the insole, just like the previous Air Jordan 14s from this year, the white and varsity red. Those guys, they don't cover up the vent with the insole, which is a great touch. Something to note though is that the insole is ortholite. That is different than the regular pairs. So I think that this is not a pair meant for performance. This is strictly a casual or lifestyle version of the shoe. Obviously you probably can perform in it. Or play in it because it's got all of the same overall features, but the insole in the regular versions is an EVA laced version, so there's an extra pad in the forefoot and heel. These guys, like I said, just a thin, cheap Ortholite. The tech specs on the shoe though are still the same, so we have Zoom Air both in the heel and forefoot. And the last thing to note is the tongue, very high, which you can, I mean, it looks a little funny, honestly, but you know, it is what it is. The material is made out of a synthetic leather. That's the one thing I almost wish it was, or I don't almost, I just do wish that this was a suede tongue like what they have on the last shots. I think that would have looked way cooler with this upper right here. As far as sizing is concerned, go true to size. They fit just like any other Air Jordan 14. One thing that they did different is the back foam, the collar area. It's not that really kind of stiff padding. It's actually a nice, soft, fluffy, feels like memory foam. So that's something to consider as well. And that pretty much takes care of it for these guys. Let me know what you guys think about these down below in the comment section. Which one is better on top of that? Is it this one or the red one? Retail, like I was saying, is gonna be $200. You'll be able to find them at select Jordan brand retailers. If you're in the Sacramento or Elk Grove area, you're actually gonna be able to grab them from Phenom. So go ahead and check with them, see what their procedures are gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be first come, first serve or a raffle or whatever it might be, but just give them a call and they should let you know. All of their contact information, by the way, is gonna be down below in the description box for anybody curious. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all your support. Let me know what you guys think once again. And until next time, guys, have a good one.
This is definitely mustardy.
Yes, it's definitely not like the Jordan 1 mid where they got the bright, I'm wearing them right now. Let me see if I can take one off. These guys are much brighter, much more fluorescent.
Yeah.
Almost neon, all that stuff. But materials on these guys are fantastic, I gotta say.
They are a very weird texture though.
It's super hard to explain. It's one of those shoes where if you're into sneakers, right? Nice sneakers on top of that, like you'd like to feel nice quality. Like I know that a lot of people, they hold the Shattered Backboard 1 for good reason as like the upper echelon of like quality for regular release Jordans, not like premium release Jordans that are like, you know, $400 or whatever. But if you like feeling different premium materials, this is like new for me. Like these were, I was like, what is this? It's so weird. Some parts of it feel rough and nubuck-like, and then other parts feel like a dry leather, and you can see it on there. Like it's not something I was able to get on camera, but it's something that like if you got them in hand, just check them out just to see.
Just walk in and rub them.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know about that. But just check out the shoes. Don't feel the need to be like, Nightwing said go buy these. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying go check them out because the leather is very interesting. So I like how it looks. I was trying to explain to a friend of mine that it almost reminds me of like a nice belt. Like once you wear that belt in, you know how it kind of gets like a different finish and stuff like that. It's just a very strange material. And yeah, I don't see these on basketball shoes.
No.
You know what I mean? Like that's the main thing that I'm kind of, even though this is not quite like a performance iteration of the 14, it's kind of like not a takedown, but it's a more premium build version, obviously, with the no paneling and stuff like that. Well, how do you like that actually?
The feeling?
No, all of the panels removed. There's no ribs, there's no smoothness. I mean, it's all smooth, but there's no toe cap, there's no rear panel.
Yeah, it's definitely, it looks naked.
Exactly. That's exactly. I don't think it looks right.
So I really like these in pictures, but seeing them up close, I think that the dip dye look is very weird.
Carbon fiber finish?
Yeah, but we had kind of referred to it as it kind of looks like it was dip dyed. I don't know how that's gonna hold up.
I've seen the red pair. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've seen the red pair.
Yeah, I've seen people wear them and it looks fine.
It does?
It just gets creases. It doesn't peel or anything like that.
For something where the rest of the shoe, they seem to have gone like very extra, it's not clean around the edges. Like I feel like it looks like it's been wrapped like a car.
That's kind of what this stuff is, but that you're just seeing the molding. That's on all the 14s.
Oh.
So yeah, you're seeing like those little dots. Those are like injection dots. That's something that some people don't like. You know what I mean? Are those pieces on midsoles, whether it's the 11s and the 14, obviously. The 11s, the original 11s, never even had those.
Okay.
Which is weird. So they do something different for the midsoles now. I think the original 11 midsole was injected molded Phylon, which is a fluffy, springy, super comfortable Phylon. The new ones are compression molded because that's what those lines are.
Okay.
When it expands inside of the casing or the molding that they use and stuff like that, there's for some reason those little dots inside and they don't clean them off. That's the weird part.
Right.
They just leave them. You know what I mean? Like
For
normally,
character.
yeah, like normally if you have like a piece of wood and you got like an imperfection like that, you're gonna like try to smooth it out and stuff before you finish it. But like for whatever reason, they don't even bother with it anymore. How are you not sweating?
I am. You can't see it?
No.